One part of the Milwaukee, Racine, and Troy that sat unfinished the longest was this river canyon between Hales Corners and McGuanago. Now this scenery here, this river canyon, was in place when I joined the staff in 2002. And this looks very reminiscent of the Wisconsin Dells region of Wisconsin, which is about 2 hours west of our offices here in Waukesha. But the canyon was dry and there weren't many trees up here at the time, so I went through and reworked this scene. We used trees from probably about a half a dozen different manufacturers and a lot of different scenery materials, from regular old clump foliage, static grass, some of the fiber netting and things like that, to get the look of a wooded area along the top of the rocks here. And then we used tube sand from Quikrete to fill in some of the riverbank area and to make it look like decomposed rock along the tops here. So it was a really good project to get that started. And then once all the scenery work was finished up, I used Magic Water by Unreal Details, which is a 2-part resin, to fill in the river itself. Now I didn't want to fill it all the way to the edges, so what I did is I have it just kind of going through its natural route here, and then I went in with some more of that tube sand, which you can get at any home improvement center, and just filled in the banks here. And then I used some of Woodland Scenic's fine leaf foliage to make it look like there were little trees growing along the riverbank. And I finished off the scene with a couple figures fishing in the river here, and we have a nice scene that's very reminiscent of western and west central Wisconsin. Another scene that required some major overhaul was in Big Bend. Now the town site itself actually has a long history with Model Railroader magazine. That was originally used on a project layout in the 1980s, the Seaboard Central if I remember correctly, and then it was incorporated into the Milwaukee, Racine, and Troy when Kalmbach's offices were in downtown Milwaukee. Now there was a Keller Brewery at Big Bend, and that was built by Alan Keller, who was part of Model Railroader's video production team in the early 1980s.
That really looks nice.
But the scene just kind of started to get wear and tear. The building was starting to look a little tired. So we took advantage of this opportunity while rebuilding the scene to put in a new beverage company. So I used the same Helgen brewery kit that Alan used many years ago, but I reworked its configuration a bit. And then I incorporated a few new elements, including Walthers and Pike Stuff kits, to make this a complete beverage company. So they get corn syrup, they ship out cullet, they ship out finished beer. So we have a lot of inbound and outbound traffic because we assume that this production facility would make both beer and soda. Now in addition to the different structures that I built, I also put in a new concrete lot that's made using styrene. I painted it concrete and then applied an India ink wash to give it some aged look. Now, mechanical refrigerator cars and insulated box cars can either be loaded from these two outside spots, or they can go and be unloaded from the inside. So effectively we get about 4 car spots there. So this is a very busy scene that's added a lot of new energy to the Big Bend scene on our Milwaukee, Racine, and Troy.